Hey guys, Ben Gothard here, and I'm here with Chris Jones, my man. And today we're going to tell you about this incredible new course that Chris has built and just launched called the Amazon Superstar. Chris, you want to give some insight on this course?
Yeah, sure thing. So I actually released the Amazon Superstar on the 14th of November 2016 after, a lot of people started to message me after I started to give a bit of advice on my personal Facebook. I was getting a lot of interest and a lot of questions, frankly, based on purely how to write a product page listing. And before, obviously, the changes came into like the review policy with Amazon and, being able to give away product for an exchange or review. Obviously, we can't do that anymore. So the next best thing and the most important thing now, and I personally think this now comes before reviews, is the product page listing. And so many sellers were actually struggling and still are struggling to write what I call it, the perfect product listing. And I saw like an opening. So, the gates just opened for me. And I thought, I'm helping so many people on Facebook Messenger, but I've now got no time to help anyone else because I'm constantly churning, typing away. You know exactly how it is, Ben. You type a message to someone, the other one replies, and they reply, and you find it really hard to help others. So I thought, okay, I have to put the brakes on, and that's when I come up with the Amazon Superstar, how to perfect your product page listing, and that's where it all came from. And I just started to put my head down, knuckle down, really start to explore what I knew in my head, all the research, knowledge, and education I've self-taught myself over the last 16 months of selling on Amazon, and just apply it into the whole strategy of a product page listing, how to really optimize it in every single element to become the biggest success possible. And and it all just came from there. And I enrolled the 76th student as of this morning, and checking the date, it is Wednesday the 30th of November 2016. So very happy with the progress, and we're getting some fantastic results for the students. So yeah, I couldn't be happier.
And
it's
I'm
great.
actually a student of it too, and I have to say, I mean, the course is incredible. I'm selling products on Amazon, and I mean, I've just started it, and just putting the things into place that Chris says and Chris recommends. I mean, it's just incredible. And so, I really wanted to share this with everybody. But first I wanted to do some digging and make sure that, Chris Jones was really Chris Jones, and he was who he says he was. So, Chris, can you talk a little bit about your background, and talk a little bit about Zon Life Success and, the full-time blog you run?
Okay, so Zon Life Success started as like a side idea. So my vision from the start was to quit my job to become financially free by selling products on Amazon. So that was step one. Like some ventures you start, you never see the opportunity until it arises further on. So my vision was just, I'm going to sell products on Amazon. It's just going to go, 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 go. And from there, I went through many, many mistakes, a lot of learning curves. I went through some great successes, but some big pitfalls throughout only the 16, 17 months that I've currently been selling. And I then started to get some messages, like I said, because I was posting a lot about products and stuff on social media. And then I decided to, just add a bit of value and help to other people's lives, because obviously some of the stuff I was putting out there was inspiring and motivating others. And from myself at that point, I never thought that would happen. So I simply just put a name on the value and help I was providing. And I came up with Zon Life Success. I started to honestly just write simple pieces of content. And that's where I designed my blog and created my blog, which is zonlifesuccess.com, based off a free hosting website, which is wordpress.com. The majority of where blogs sit online these days. I just continued to talk about my backstory from a personal trainer who's done a lot of bad things in the past, including like heavy drugs, alcohol, and all of that good stuff that we know we shouldn't do. But those experiences has really pushed me in a way that I know I'll never go back to. So I'm really happy to share that with everyone, even though sometimes how hard it is to look back. And I just want to help as many people live this lifestyle and become as financially free to help their friends, family, and other loved ones as much as possible. And that's where it all came from. And now I'm in a situation where I'm writing online courses and having the ability to spread this not just in a local area or people on Facebook, but through the whole global of what Amazon FBA is on like an international and global basis. And that's really what I want, just to help people create the freedom they deserve, really, Ben.
And so, Chris, you're running this blog and you're selling on Amazon, but what does that actually mean, right? So how many successful Amazon businesses, because each unit or each product could be considered its own business, it could be a brand. So how many successful Amazon FBA businesses are you the owner or co-owner of?
Okay, so I run 3 businesses currently. So I've got one in grocery, one in health and personal care, and the one that sits in the sideline, which is a pet products company, for anyone who didn't know that. So I'm putting it all out in the open. So grocery, health and personal care, and then a pet company, so I'm not leasing like dogs and cats and lizards. I'm simply selling, like dog leads, dog beds, cat beds, and things like that. So that's kind of a breakthrough for people who didn't know. And so that's what I'm running, and that takes place on Amazon UK, Amazon.de, which is Germany, and the USA Amazon. So yeah, it's going well. My UK business is thriving. That's one of the businesses that really follow us through with all the revenue. If I'm going to be honest, that to me is a nice sideline. For me, my passion really lies in helping people achieve that business for themselves. So my business is got to a point where it is very automated. It sits and runs by itself on a 24-hour, 365 basis, which is awesome because it lets me to lie in the morning and go to bed late at nights watching TV on Netflix and stuff. I don't do that. I'm joking. But I want to help people create that automation business where they can earn money while they sleep. And if they go out for a meal and they have an expensive steak dinner with their family, they look at their sales after and think, yes, my sales just paid for that throughout the meal. So that's where it all came from. And like I said, grocery, health and personal care, and the pet industry then.
Absolutely. And you said you've been doing this for about 16, 17 months now. If only if you're comfortable sharing, how many sales have you made? What's the total volume of sales dollars or pounds that you have made?
Okay, so we've just passed the 24,000 unit mark. So not 24,000 pounds, we've sold 24,000 units. 24,000 units in the last 16 months, which totals to a revenue of currently 293,000 UK pounds.
Wow. 293,000 pounds. And that's well over $300,000, by the way.
Yes, that's £250,000 in UK. But I must say that out in the open, that is in sales. Like, that is not sitting in my pocket. That's not sitting in the business bank account as current. That is sales. And I want people to, really understand that, because I get a few comments and think, Chris, you're a fucking millionaire. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. I don't have that in my pocket. I'm not driving a Ferrari. I'm not living in a Californian mansion. That is sales. Profit on that is around the 32% mark. So you've got to work that out. And with that profit comes reinvestment and restock of your current inventory. So, cash in your pocket, it can't be as much as you think it will in the first 18 months. Cash in the bank, it's not going to be as much as you think it is, because that is sales. That is revenue. And sometimes when we see those Amazon sellers, just like myself, put screenshots up to inspire and motivate others, sometimes that can be deceiving and looked upon that those sales are all going into your pocket. So I'd just like to confirm that is sales, that is revenue figures, but the total amount of units we have sold in the last 16 to 17 months surpasses 24,000 transactions from a buyer. So we set up, so the companies were set up May the 2015, and we made our first sale on August the 16th, which was in the health and personal care category, and that was in the UK, just to give people a further insight. So we put a lot, and I'm talking a lot of investment, a lot of reinvestment back into inventory, and that's what you've got to do. You can't be a taker in the first 12, 18 months of your business. You have to give back hard, you have to sit back and be patient. And I think that's, if you can live on the minimum for the first 12, 18, 24 months, then you can really move into a place where it puts a big smile on your face. And
Absolutely.
I'm making the transition like that now, and because I've been patient and I've took minimum from the business to live on, and I've gone to earn other income from other strategies, like now I do my coaching, my course, and that just helps your business on Amazon grow and surpass, the limits of what you thought.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, I think it's good to talk about kind of the long-term vision, right? Because what you teach is how to sell products on Amazon, right? Amazon FBA, which is Fulfillment by Amazon. But what's the... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
And that's private label products, just for people thinking I'm going to a store and maybe sourcing a coffee mug and scanning the barcode and putting that on Amazon as to win the buy box. We won't go into that now. But what I am currently doing with my business model is selling private label products on Amazon FBA. So I'm just sticking a label. I say stick. There's some strategy to it. Placing a label onto a private label product, which is just a blank product, and then selling it on Amazon, branding it, and really perfecting the process from get-go to sales point.
Absolutely. And so, again, I want to talk about this long term, right? We had a conversation before where you said, in 3 to 5 years of doing this, and that's 3 to 5 years, you can retire. Okay? Can you go into a little bit more about that and just shed some insight on how building an Amazon FBA business through your course, through the Amazon Superstar, can lead somebody to be able to retire in 3 to 5 years?
Okay, so this, my overall goal was to do this, and I realized that there wasn't out about 6 months into my business. So I started to read and watch a lot of videos on this stuff, and it came up as you have the potential to sell your own online business, whether that be an eBay store, Shopify store, Amazon FBA, or all three, or potential 20 platforms that you might be selling on. It doesn't just have to be Amazon. And and that really kind of created a vision in my head to really focus in on every single element of your business, because if you have potential to sell that business in 3 to 5 years, and you run it in a way where it's going to make the end sale easy for you to pass on to someone else, all of your accounts are taken care of, all of your customer service is at top rate, your products are high quality, and you've built that brand on Amazon FBA, which is here, but you've also built a brand on your own website, your own e-com, you've got eBay store, you've got a Shopify store, you're now on Jet, you're on Amazon UK, US, Germany, India, all of these places. If you can build all of this in a very viable time in both time and financials, you will have an opportunity, if you do this right, to approach a buyer, for them to be interested in buying your business. And that all comes down to, from start to finish, picking a quality product. I'm not going to say it all comes down to the product page listing, because that would be false of me to say, but my course, the Amazon Superstar, teaches a very, very important part of your product succeeding on Amazon. And I'm not just saying that because I'm the course owner or the course creator. That's what it comes down to, especially after the review changes have happened in October of 2016 this year. You have to pay close attention to what people are seeing. At the end of the day, the sales are based on Amazon from what they're seeing right here. And I always look at it as your product page is like your own website storefront. If that's not created in such a way where it sounds, looks, and reads fantastically well, then you might as well take your product off, and you might as well try and get into retail, but big and fat chance of doing that right off the bat, unless you have got a very, very strong and unique product that is to offer these big retail stores. That's another avenue. You can get into retail from selling a private label product on Amazon, but that's another conversation which we might do a video about, Ben. And
absolutely.
Where was I? So yeah, the Amazon Superstar teaches you every single aspect, every single element to put together on your product listing to fully optimize it for people to see, for people to then potentially buy. They either click that X in the corner, or they click that big orange button that says add the basket on your product page listing, and it all comes down to it. And yes, reviews are great. They're a lot harder to get now. You have to have your seller feedback, but title, key features, description, price structure, promotions, everything else within the back end of your product page listing is very, very important. And I think more people are starting to realize that now, because as you know, before it was just reviews. Everyone was churning out about reviews, but now that's stopped. That's took a sidetrack, and it's halted on that red light. Now the green light is on. Now it's green light for product page listing, and that's where everyone needs to put a massive majority of their focus.
Absolutely. And so, we had a discussion about offering people a special discount on this course. Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to get into that discount a little bit later into the video. But I really want to talk about the reason that people should buy this course. Okay. And so, I just kind of want to talk through a little bit about each of the different modules, if you will, of the course. Okay. So it starts off and there's a little introduction. Chris gives his story. Then it goes into a course overview, talks about Amazon FBA, like what is it, and then it talks about a few different things about the product page listing, right? It talks about your title, it talks about your key features, your description, and your product images. Okay, so that would be more of the product listing, about exactly what Chris is talking about. Then it moves on to pricing. There's an optimal price point that you got to find. You have to be able to keep your margins good enough while still being able to attract customers and convince them to buy. So that is a huge important part of it. Then there's the promotions, talking about getting product reviews, talking about product variations, Amazon PPC. But then, Chris, you didn't stop there, right? And I really think that speaks to your character. You actually went ahead and you gave 16 bonuses in the course. Okay, could you maybe talk a little bit about the bonuses?
Yeah, of course. So one of the bonuses that that I like to give out, and that is I sell coffee. So I sell coffee on Amazon, and that is something that I love. I'm even drinking it now. It's 1:04 a.m. in the UK. I should not be drinking coffee at this point. It's like my 5th coffee a day. But that to me is like fitness. That to me is like Amazon, and that to me is like helping people. That is a big passion part of my life. As silly as it may sound to people, like I wake up in the morning, I smell that coffee, and I'm straight to that laptop and that coffee machine. So I wanted to bring my passion to my students or my potential students, and that is nothing to say like I'm going to give you some coffee and that's an extra incentive for people to sign up. Like no, like that's not what I do. And I just wanted to bring this to my students and show them where my passion lies. And with that, for every student, I send out a free bag of coffee, either coffee beans or ground coffee, delivered straight to their door. And that is for students wherever they are in the world. And all of those coffee products will be delivered to them by Christmas of 2016. So it'll be a really nice kind of incentive in a way, and something that I just like to share with people, as it was a big and still is a very big part of my life. And so that's one of my favorite bonuses, Ben. I'm not sure which ones you like, but there's another 15 to choose out from, as you can see.
So I just want to give like a brief. I just want to list them. I want people to know all the value that they can get from this course, right? So there's a free Amazon FBA training guide that Chris actually wrote himself. You get a free coaching call with Chris, right? And I think that one is huge, because when you can sit down and have a conversation with somebody who's actually doing this, okay? And he's not just teaching you about it, he's actually doing it, okay? So you know that what he's telling you is working for him, okay? So Chris is going to sit down and talk with you. You get a webinar, okay? Once a month, all the superstars are going to get together, and we're going to have a webinar where we talk about our problems, talk about how we can solve those problems, and really network with each other and figure out the best way to succeed. Another bonus is free Zon Life Success membership site access, right? So, Chris was talking about how he has his full-time blog. Well, we all have access to that in this site. This next bonus, this one's the one I'm probably the most excited about, and it's a secret Facebook group, okay? And the reason I'm so excited about the group is, one, everybody in there is awesome. I mean, you go in and you talk to the people. Everybody's friendly. Everybody's nice. Everybody's willing to give you the time of day, and everybody's trying to help everybody else out, right? So in the beginning, I'm not going to lie to you, it's going to be difficult. Starting a business always is, and attaining that financial freedom and being able to retire in 3 to 5 years, yeah, it's going to be a lot of work. But there are people that are there to help you. Both Chris and myself are in that group. We're always available to you as well as the other group members. And that is one of the biggest benefits of getting this course, is that you get access to that secret Facebook group. In addition, you get a free book, The Wealthy versus the Poor Amazon Seller. You get some online resources, okay? So Chris has compiled some different resources online that you can use to really kickstart your Amazon FBA business. In addition, you get a secret interview with Greg Mercer from Jungle Scout. Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah. That's probably, I would say that's value on its own, worth what it is. And that's not another point of sale. That's just telling exactly how it is. Like Greg Mercer, one of the biggest authorities within the Amazon industry, and I've had the pleasure to sit down with him and quiz him on some really tough and exciting questions for an hour and 5 minutes. So that, to me, I've watched a lot of times, and I'm still learning from Greg, and that's priceless. That's priceless, and that's exclusive. That's within the course. So that's awesome. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Ben.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only that, but you get some email support, right? If you're having trouble, email. So shoot an email over, and somebody will get back to you almost immediately. You also get a free Amazon listing checklist, right? So you're going through this course, you're putting all these different things in place, you're ready to go, you're good to go. Okay, just to make sure, just another double check, Chris has provided you with a checklist to say, okay, I need to make sure this, that, and that is taken care of, and I'm good to go. Okay, so in addition, you get a bunch of testimonials from fellow superstars, and that's cool. That is so cool. Chris, could you maybe give a little bit more insight on that?
Yeah. So I wanted to create something where I can be proud of in the future. So I want to be able to look back and look at these people and contact them in the future, and that's the students of the course, and see how I've impacted their life. Hopefully not in a negative way, but most of it is going to come from a positive and a beneficial sense. So I wanted to create something where I have hundreds, if not thousands, of the students who have enrolled in the course, and then my personal coaching, my experience with those people, and their experience with me as a tutor, as a course creator. And I just wanted everyone to be able to see real feedback from real people, being able to contact those people if they like, and just having some social proof. Because when someone creates a course like this, there's either a great amount of social proof that can be very misleading with no contact information, or there can be too much and it just get very overwhelming. So I wanted to create everything where eventually there's going to be everyone in the course, if they're willing to give that feedback, and all of that will be included. But also I'm going to be posting that on social media, so more people who haven't enrolled obviously can see that too. So yeah, that's a big part of it. And yeah, I'd just like to thank all the students that have left for their feedback so far. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And as if that wasn't enough, these last two bonuses, they really are incredible. So when you're going to automate your business, right? And once you get up to a certain level, you're going to want to automate your business, because you're going to want to be working on your business, not in your business, okay? A huge part of that are emailing your customers, okay? Yep. And so what Chris has provided to you is a customer email follow-up sequence, okay? This helps you automate so much. You have absolutely no idea. And if you do, then you know how valuable this is, right? And then finally, the last one is the SEO Expert. And this is a resource that Chris has put together that really teaches you how to stand out. Now, SEO, for those who are not familiar, stands for Search Engine Optimization, which basically is trying to teach you how you can rank for search engines to find your products, okay? Yeah. And when you understand how to do SEO, you are gaining organic traffic, meaning people are finding you without you having to spend extra money, okay? And that is valuable in and of itself. So, Chris, with all these bonuses and with all the modules and everything else, I think that would have been enough to stop there, but you did it, Okay, you did not, man. And I am so excited because in the next year, okay, you are going to be taking this course, and for the people that get locked in early, okay, you are going to be building an entire Amazon course. Is that right?
Correct. Full expansion. Like nothing held back. My vision over the next 6 to 12 months, including every little nitty-gritty update, and maybe terms of service change on Amazon's behalf or the update, but I want to turn the Amazon Superstar into a full-fledged Amazon course from start to finish, from day one to potential end sale of your business. When someone offers you that check and you take it and you sign off your business, I want to go through the whole process, turn that into a full-fledged Amazon course with not just bullet points, details, and a few photos, but high-quality, in-depth information that I want people to go through the course and for them to have nothing else to say at the end of it. And that's exactly the vision and goal that I'm going for. So at the moment, course is great, very specific, helps people convert PPC, get more sales, and just create a very high-spec product listing. But that's one part of it, which is awesome, and people need that. But now I'm broadening all of that course to fit every single element of what someone needs from beginner to advanced stage on Amazon and further than that. So that's my vision. I'm working day and night at the moment. Bullet points being taken, new elements being added right now. So I'm working on the product selection phase. And when you see with other courses, some of these courses go into depth, but not into the sort of depth that I've gone within the Amazon Superstar right now, which goes into every single content piece that you can think of. I'm like a perfectionist in that way, so I really tend to go over the top with value and provide as much of it as I possibly can. So it's going to be exactly like that with every single other element that I'm adding, and I will not stop until this is the best Amazon FBA course on the whole internet. So, and that's
Absolutely.
honestly, that law of attraction has pushed me into the sense that I'm going for that, and that's what's going to happen. It's a very, very high quality course at the moment, but what it's going to look like in 6 to 12 months is it's going to blow all expectations out the water, and I can't wait to do a second and third launch on the course when that's all complete.
And just to be sure, if people and when people get locked in now, okay,
Yeah.
for the special price that we're going to give you at the end, do they have to pay another penny to get all of that extra content a year from now?
No. So all of this, whoever signs up to the course, it'll be one-time payment, lifetime access, no additional payments, and zero upsells, zero downsells either. Once you're locked in, that content's being constantly added. There's no additional payments, subscription fees, or anything. I want someone to go in and have all the information fully accessible to them and fully referable. If they want to go back, check, they just log in, enter their email, enter their password with the link, and they log into that platform, and all of that information is fully accessible and available to them 24/7, 365 days a year, all around the clock. So, I don't like upsells. I don't like tricking people into upsells and downsells. I don't like it myself. So I'm not going to be the person who creates that for their own course and put that to my name. So, yeah.
Right. And before we tell you about the special price, I do want to talk a little bit about your options out there, because this is not the only Amazon FBA course out there, right? But the other courses, and we're not knocking any of them, but just from a financial standpoint, they're going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars, okay? And not only are they going to cost you that huge amount of money up front, but then you can be hit with upsells, monthly fees, recurring payments, and time and time again, you're going to have to keep shelling out cash, and you're just not going to know if you're going to get a return on your investment, okay? So what Chris has done is he's packaged all this for you, okay? He's giving you the modules, he's giving you the bonuses, and he's building out for you exactly how to take yourself from zero to selling your Amazon business and retiring in 3 to 5 years. That is exactly what he's going to give you for a one-time price. Now, Chris, before I tell them the price, and guys, I know I keep saying that, it's coming soon, I promise, okay? how much value does this entire course offer just at face value now?
So that is the actual value of the whole structure and content is £5,000. It's £5,300+. You know, lots of time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears has gone into it. Precisely 420 hours of my time and my work and my knowledge that I've built up over the last 17 months. And for that one-time payment, you know, I'm not making that price so much that people can't afford. I've always gone in with a vision of having everyone to be able to afford this price, as opposed to, you know, some other courses out there. And my vision is I want everyone to be able to afford this, and I want to set it at a price where that is possible for everyone. Because to me, it's not about setting it at a price where people can't afford and helping the minimal amount of people. I want to be the person of help and value who creates the most help and the most value for people to move forward with their success on and offline and in life in general at the best price wherever they can afford. And that's my vision from the get-go.
And so, you know, based on that vision and what we've talked about, today we want to offer you guys the chance to get this course, this 5,300 pound course. By the way, that's over 6,500 American dollars. Okay, and we want to offer you this course for only 397 pounds. Okay, that's about $489. Okay, so for that small amount of money, you get all of this value. You get all of this value, and it is a one-time payment. We will not ask you to pay anymore. So again, if this sounds something like you're interested in, you know, if you want to be told from start to finish how to build a business that you can sell in 3 to 5 years and retire, do yourself a favor and get the course today. There's a link in the description. And let me tell you guys, this course will never be this cheap again. Okay? Very, very soon, this course will be more expensive. Okay? So take advantage of this now.
It's probably going to go up to 697 on the second launch, and when everything else is complete, it'll probably rise a couple £100 UK again. But again, just to go back to that point of everyone being able to afford it, I will never surpass a price where it becomes unaffordable. And I will always keep that vision and help and value for everybody out there. And I will always do the best and in full support to help every single one of my students, as everyone else knows who's my student currently, like yourself. And I'm never, ever unavailable. I'm always accessible through Facebook. This is what I do. I'm sat here day in and day out for 12, 16, now 18 hours a day, doing this, creating more content, adding more value to people's lives, and that to me is what it's all about. So if anyone wants to get in touch with me to ask me any questions whatsoever, please feel free and do not hesitate, and that is zonlifesuccess@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to help you at any time.
Absolutely. So guys, remember, grab that course in the description below, and superstars, y'all have a good one. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you very much. Speak to you all soon.